Hey people, this isn't a rant. This is a vindication. I have told people for years and years that I have African American blood, Native American blood, and white. And because of this, I'm often not accepted by any group. And people have called me a liar because, as you can see, my skin looks mostly white. Well, we got some surprises here. My ancestry, I did Cri Genetics. Now, I did Ancestry.com way back when. Now, my preliminary Cri Genetics, they haven't gotten up to the modern time of my genetics. They've only done my ancient ancestry, and I can go through up to what year. But we've got some surprises in here too. My ancestry shows that my ancestors are from places like Lima, Colombia, Barbados, Puerto Rico, Mexican in Toluca, and then we come across the ocean here and we hit Nigeria, African American blood, Spain, Italy, France, United Kingdom, Finland, and here's some surprises. India, from near Ahmedabad, whatever word that is, I'm sorry. From near New Delhi, Bangladesh, from Ho Chi Minh City, from Kunming in China, from near Jinan in China, and from near Nagoya in Japan. So there's quite a bit of ancestry there. They haven't shown my ancestry from America, which I know there's ancestry there. But I'm 89%, 89.30% European. I'm 5.00% South Asian. I am 0.40 or 4.00% admixed American, and 1.30% East Asian, and I'm 0.20% African. So I am basically a mix of just about every race, except for Latino, and from all over the world. So I am vindicated in telling people in my past that I am part Native American and part African American. Right now, it is showing that I'm from the southern continent of America. It hasn't shown the northern. And in the genetic testing, it does also explain they can't explicitly say what Native American tribe you are from. They can just tell you what area your ancestors are from, and that's what this shows. They can tell you what race, like if you're black, you're white, whatever. Famous people, however, that I am connected to is Nelson Mandela, Condoleezza Rice, and somebody by the name of Malcolm Gladwell. And so those are the famous people I am connected to. My most recent ancestry is 42.7 German, 16.8 Eastern Slovak, 14.2 Italian, 10.6 Polish, 9.3 Scandinavian, and 6.4 Russian. So that tells you that there. My advanced timeline says that in 1870s to 1930s we were in Northern Europe, and that was my fourth generation. The fifth generation was still in Northern Europe. From 1820 to 1880, the sixth generation was in Northern Europe. From 1820 to 1880, my sixth generation was in Northern Europe. The seventh generation, Northern Europe. Eighth generation, Northern Europe. Or no, there's three. The seventh generation, Northern Europe. The seventh generation, British Isles. The eighth generation is from Northern Europe. Eighth generation, Northwestern Europe. Eighth generation, Sri Lanka, Tamil. Ninth generation, Northern Europe. Ninth generation, Northwestern Europe. Northern Europe in the 10th generation. Northwestern Europe in the 10th generation. Sri Lankan Tamil in the 10th generation. And that's 98% accuracy. In all of these, they're above 80% accuracy. 11th generation, Northern Europe. 11th, Northwestern Europe. Northwestern Europe, 12th generation. Northern Europe, 12th. 12th generation, Vietnamese. And that's an 80% accuracy. British Isles in the 12th generation, Northern Europe in the 13th generation, 13th generation, Northwestern Europe, Northern Europe, 14th generation, Northwestern Europe, 14th generation, 14th generation, British Isles, Northern Europe, 15th generation, Northwest Europe, 15th generation. 16th generation was Northwestern Europe. 16th, British Isles. 17th, Northern Europe. 18th, Northern Europe. 19th generation, we go back to the Vietnamese, and then we go back to Northern Europe. Mostly what this is showing, 23rd generation, is back to the 23rd generation. Most of my ancestors were in British Isles, Northern Europe, and Northwestern Europe. But there is a smattering of Vietnamese, and other places. The Sri Lankan Tamil. So it shows a little smattering of the other places. My maternal line from my mother, my grandmother, and my great grandmother shows that it starts and it says Eve on here, MT Eve, which goes to Papua New Guinea. It's the MTE, Eve L3M, and M29Q, and it shows, I don't know where this is, Hapong, Laos, somewhere near Laos. And then it goes over to Sudan, and down to Kenya. So that's on my mother's side of things. And that is basically my history. And my most modern history puts me mainly in the Russian and European areas. The further back that you go, that puts me into the Asian areas, the African areas. So I honestly think that you people should try Cri Genetics. Don't go with Ancestry.com so much. Try Cri Genetics. They've got an actual geneticist who does the genetic looking at that, and so you'll get more of a history further back. Now my Ancestry.com genetics showed more of a modern history, which predominantly showed where most of my American ancestry came from. And as I said, they explained in Cri Genetics, when they go with your genetics, they can just tell you what region your people are from. They can't tell you if you're Native American or not. And much of my region of my ancestry and Ancestry.com came from places in America and in Europe. So that clearly shows that I do have some connection to 16th and 17th century Americans here in America, which means that, as my family has always claimed, and as my grandfather, who was registered, it was either the Omaha or Utah tribes, as Daniel Cook, who was a horse jockey, shows that I am Native American as well. So there's my vindication on the fact that I have always claimed I have African American in me. And people have called me a liar. I am not a liar. And I can now claim I have Asian blood in me. And I am not lying.